Listen, Florian Wirtz confirming on IG that he doesn't want to disrespect players really just shows that, yeah, the deal is all wrapped up. It's good to go. And as a Liverpool fan, I'm happy about that. I am elated. I'm excited. It brings me back to when there was a case of getting Fernando Torres from Atletico Madrid. The deal was that we were linked to him after having a very good World Cup at the time in 2006, and Fernando Torres, despite all the rumors, somehow Liverpool pulled it off with the financial issues that they were having. Pulled it off and got Fernando Torres, and we saw what happened with Fernando Torres from 2006, 7 all the way up to I think 8, 9, 9, 10, where he was sold to Chelsea in January. But it's this kind of news or this kind of response that fans, football fans in general, don't get often from their own club, whether that is in football in Europe or the franchise if you're in America or in Canada or wherever you are in the world. The kind of response that you get from a club or a team that you support saying that I don't want to disrespect the player. I don't disrespect players. I'd rather, in his words, I know I'm paraphrasing and adding a little words, I'd rather wear a different number. So I'm not going to wear someone else's jersey number just because. That is crazy. And the fact that Florian Wirtz came out publicly saying that on IG, kind of just breaking the silence because he's been very silent about this whole transfer saga between Bayer Leverkusen and Liverpool. He hasn't said anything, hasn't given any cryptic message, as far as I know. Hasn't said anything much. It just has been rumors and reports, unofficial reports from various sources, persons who are close to the deal itself, persons getting unofficial news stating that the deal is all set and done and it's just a matter of time, put pen to paper. Even just today, Fabrizio Romano had tweeted out that the deal is pretty much wrapped up and in a few days that they should be seeing a medical being done. They're just in the final stages, the last stages of the negotiation. But the fact that Wirtz comes out and say this, it kind of just shows that the deal is pretty much said and done. Now, if you are excited, as I am as a Liverpool fan, this kind of goes to show that there is personality to this young man, that he will speak out if necessary to defend his own, to defend what might be true, what might not be true. And I think adding personality, Liverpool has multiple personalities, and what I love with the club, particularly with the management team, board of directors coming down all the way down to the players, is that everyone has a voice and is able to voice that concern. And I think what Liverpool are looking for, and I said it in a previous video, that the intangibles matter. You can be technically gifted, you could be great like Messi, but if your character is flawed, it's highly unlikely that Liverpool are going to look at you because they are looking for players that will embody the Liverpool way, the Scouser way. I said in a video a few weeks ago that Klopp embodied what Liverpool was. Klopp embodied how Liverpool wanted to play. Klopp embodied what Liverpool needed. And now you're getting a player whom I'm not saying is Klopp, but has that personality that will defend, that will speak out, that will voice his opinion on matters, whether that is off the field or on the field in terms of how he plays. And it's a good look. Now, with this being done, we know about Wirtz and his quality on the pitch. We know about the numbers. He has had 148 chances created in the Bundesliga only, I think over the duration of the season, right? He has had, I think, around 70 to 80 created big chances created in the Bundesliga, right? Someone I talked to, a fellow content creator, BBK, shout out to BBK if you're watching this, subscribe to his channel, saying that you have to look at the tax that needs to be added because the quality of the Premier League is much more difficult. The quality of the Premier League is you have the tax that is added is if you get, let's say, 25 goals in the Bundesliga or in La Liga, then the tax that is added to the Premier League is that you're not going to get 25 goals unless you're like really, really great like Haaland. But you might get 15 to 20 because defensively, it is better in the Premier League. Defensively, it is more tenacious. It is more dogged, right? In terms of physicality alone, the Premier League is head and above shoulders of all the leagues in the world. In terms of intensity, the Premier League is head and above shoulders above all leagues in the world, right? And in terms of pacing of the game, the Premier League is well ahead of most, if not all, leagues in the world. So Verts coming into that, which I'm very, very interested to see as to how he will adjust. The best thing that I see, and if this is the vision of Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes and Arne Slot, is to give him time to adapt. It's not giving him the keys to the city and say, drive us home to the promised land. No, you actually have Mohamed Salah, who is there, who is still the figurehead of Liverpool. You still have Virgil van Dijk, who is still the rock of Liverpool. But attacking wise, it's still Salah's team. Everything still has to go through Salah. And I think at a young age, at 22, he has time to develop. I believe one of the things that I've said in previous videos with Arne Slot is that his way to communicate to players exactly what needs to be done on each game on the pitch, what side of the pitch, which space that they need to occupy, which space that they need to attack as often. And I think at the age of 22, this young man, very great generational talent, has the time, probably a year, probably 2 years, to kind of be the understudy for Mohamed Salah as to how to play, as to how to move, to get better in understanding football and even understanding the Premier League, that it's totally different to what the Bundesliga is like. Of course, over time, I expect physically that there will be changes, both him and Frimpong, to be a little bit stronger, add more muscle mass, which I think is going to be like key to sustaining sustaining the way how Liverpool play, and also kind of enduring the hits that is going to happen in the Premier League, the tackles that will fly in, the body checks that you're going to get from other defenders and other midfielders and attackers, whoever. So that I think is important. But Verts coming out at this point, at this stage, so early or late, whichever you want to view it, I think it's very, very interesting. And I have to again say it's a job well done on Liverpool if they are very close to the deal, which I think they are. But you can let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, and what you think what other signings that Liverpool need to make to be better, because I still think that there are a few signings away from having just that quality. I know the conversation is surrounded about who the striker is going to be. Some persons have strong links to Gyökeres from Sporting Lisbon. Some are still saying that is Hugo Ekitike from Frankfurt, who is also a very good striker. But you can let me know in the comments who you think the preference is going to be. But Verts coming out again today, it makes my heart smile. I'm very happy about it. And also let me know in the comments as well what other videos you think or topics you think I should cover that you want to see, whether whichever club that you support. Of course, being a Liverpool fan, I support Liverpool and show Liverpool content, but you can also let me know in the comments the topics that you think are very, very important right now in the summer transfer, because, of course, the Club World Cup is coming up. That is going to be something that will be talked about, that we will discuss at a later point when it starts, and what will be the impact on football, I think, with the Club World Cup coming up as well. But guys, like, share, subscribe, leave comments, let me know, hit that notification bell. to get all notifications for when I'm posting, whether creating a post or doing videos or doing a live. You let me know. But until guys, next time.